Hello, everyone. You will now hear a brief retelling of the movie Hello, Bill. Enjoy watching it. Bill, a 40-year-old man who is unhappy with his appearance, his wife's family, his job at the bank, in general with his life. A kid ran into the school bathroom and asked the principal not to give him away. He quickly poured the contents of the bag down the toilet. Bill didn't give the intruder away, and the principal told him about the mentoring program. He could take on a mentor for a student. The young man wanted to thank Bill and slipped him a couple of dollars, but of course he refused. Bill's father-in-law is a big shot. He opens a school chapel and is running for mayor. A scowling Bill Beal hits the school locker and waves his hand at the end of the row. In doing so, he accidentally slaps his wife Jessica in the face. And she was talking to local reporter Chip Johnson at that moment. Bill noticed that his wife was talking too frivolously to the man she had just met today. Bill works for his father-in-law, the bank owner, and no one takes him seriously. Sweetheart wants to buy a donut franchise and offers his father-in-law to invest in the business. But the boss says he doesn't eat donuts himself. And carbohydrates are not popular with Americans these days. So the banker had to go behind his back. As the headmaster had promised, he referred a student to Bill. It turned out to be the kid from the bathroom. However, the man refuses to participate in the program and sends the schoolboy away. Bill returns home and finds his wife flirting with someone on the phone. And it seems that she is going to meet someone while Bill is out hunting with his father-in-law. The poor guy ate another chocolate bar in his stress. Jessica forbids him to eat sweets. She lied that she was on the phone with her mother. Bill got a call about a donut franchise. And already Jessica was getting jealous of her husband. Who was he making the appointment for tomorrow? A thief's got thieves all around him. That's for sure. There's a report from the school on TV. Bill was upset about his belly, which came into the picture. Is his figure really that bad? Yes, he is. In the morning he hints to his wife that it would be nice to open his own business. But Jessica relies entirely on her father, not her husband, for financial matters. Bill is pissed off by reporter Chip Johnson. He cuts his figure out of a magazine and starts fooling around with him in a picture of his wife. The father-in-law didn't appreciate the prank and informed him that there were 3 high school kids waiting for him downstairs, coming in for the program. They needed a tour. A disgruntled Bill plowed the kids down the hallways and went to a business meeting. The owners of the donut franchise, the Whitman spouses, approved of the deal, but they would like to meet with Bill's wife as well, since she also owns the money Bill is going to open the business with. The boy is constantly looking into the lingerie department and flirting with the saleswoman Lucy. It is to her that he has now bought a pair of bundled panties. Everyone in town knows and respects Bill's older brother. Oh boy, your brother was a hero to me. Junior, out of spite, informs a former classmate that he is now living with his man and thereby dumbfounded him. The brother wonders why Bill won't admit to his father-in-law that he doesn't like hunting. He has to pretend, since he pays his bills. Before he goes hunting, Bill sets up a camera in front of the bed in the bedroom. 2 high school kids are also dragged into the woods and Bill's protege is not enjoying this activity either. Bring the duck. Now, you're not the dog. But the dog went off on his own. So Bill had to carry the duck after all. When he got home, the jealous man rushed to the video camera and hid it under his jacket. In vain, Bill watched the tape with his brother and his partner Paul. His wife is really cheating on him with the reporter Chip also tells his lover that her husband has acorn-sized legs between his legs. A furious Bill wonders who to kill first, Chip or Jessica. He storms into the kitchen and points his wife to the camera. But the cheeky blonde went on the attack. This is illegal. It's forbidden to interfere in private life. I didn't think you were capable of that. Jessica disrespected her husband so much that she just demanded that the tape be given to her. Chip was reporting from the hospital at the time. Bill punched him and jumped on top of him. That's how the man ended up at the police station. We saw the tape about the complaint. It's unnecessary. On the news, Chip talks about being attacked by a crazed fan. And Bill wonders about the gays are kind of attracted to him. The school kids, on the other hand, loved Bill's antics. They greeted him with applause and cheers. It's a crazy fan. Kids don't like a lying reporter. The kid promises his mentor to help him with his wife. An employee walks into Bill's office and informs him that an intimate video of his wife has been emailed to all the bank employees. Upset by this news, Jessica herself has already jumped on a candy bar. Moreover, she worries about the Chip's career. But Bill, on arriving at the reporter's house, shot him with a shotgun. He was just dyeing his hair and asked the family to get away from him. Bill's nerves gave out. He threw his wife's lover to the ground again, and it got on the air again. From the jail cell, Acorn went to his brother's house, and Paul suggested he go swimming with them. Bill used to swim a lot, but today his old swimming trunks barely fit him. Swimming helped him clear his head and distract himself. His father-in-law asks Bill to solve family problems and not to get weird anymore. As Bill and Whitmoney were picking out a place to build a store, a stranger shouted at him to ask for forgiveness. That's exactly what Bill demanded of Chip when he beat him up. The man lies that he still can't get them to meet his wife. In that case, they would like to see the bank where their business partner works. There was already a schoolboy sitting in the office, playing along with his mentor. A girl was also breaking in here, displeased that she had not been taken on the hunt. After all, that's discrimination. The boy likes to spend time with the strange banker, and he decided to fix his face on the banner. Together they go to the store to pick out Bill's new swim trunks. The schoolboy advises him to make his wife jealous in order to win her back. The mad fan asks for forgiveness. Bill bought binoculars to spy on his wife and Chip. A schoolboy also came along to watch the woman in her underwear. The couple was making too much noise, and Jessica realized her husband was peeping at her. The belly sticking out from behind the bushes gave him away. Jessica carried Bill's clothes out in a trash bag and reported that she'd seen his underage boyfriend in the bushes, too. Bill decided to dye his hair, too, and Jessica liked that, so he continued to swim. Even in the pool, the schoolboy keeps up with him. Looking at himself in the mirror, Bill decided to get rid of the vegetation on his chest. And then a surprising thing happened to him. When he opened the candy bar, he didn't eat it, but threw it in the trash along with the rest of the candy stalks. Now Bill is going to upgrade his closet. And a young friend offers to set him up with a girlfriend who can help him make his wife jealous. The guy is willing to pay Lucy $100 to play the role of mistress, but she hesitates. Especially, she says, it's Bill's own fault the last time he bought his wife panties. Finally, Bill picked out some clothes in which he didn't look like Barav. Updated, he moved on to Jessica and gave her a gift. Tonight they are having a family dinner. True, Bill's appetite immediately soured when his mother-in-law informed him that the sauce was made from acorns. Suddenly Bill nearly broke a tooth in a shot that was stuck in the duck. John, Jessica's brother, insists that the man swallow it for good luck. But the man, naturally, refused. That's when the bald man burst out. He claimed that Bill was an ungrateful loser, and they gave him everything and even invented a position to somehow accommodate him in their family bank. Unexpectedly, Jessica stood up for her husband. The father-in-law announced that he was running for mayor and asked everyone to behave properly from now on. Not yet knowing that an intimate video of his daughter was circulating online. And that it was made by the son-in-law. Bill invited his wife in for a cup of coffee. Then Lucy, who had already agreed to the role, came up to them and started flirting with the man. Then out of the blue, Bill started talking about how profitable the donut franchise is. But the woman is more concerned about the tape, which has already been seen by 1 million people. Chip was waiting outside Jessica's house. She herself wonders how her husband feels about this Lucy. Bill continues to go to the pool. He has even awakened a competitive spirit. Lucy posed as Bill's wife, with whom he came to one of Whitman's stores. The schoolboy waved his finger in the icing, which upset Mrs. Whitman. After all, now the whole bucket would have to be thrown away. In that case, the boy offered to taste Lucy's chocolate. And she, unlike the businesswoman, was not embarrassed at all and licked his finger. At the cash register, the trio runs into an asshole customer. The guy tells Bill that the donuts suck. To which the man replies to him that any job sucks, just like life after 40. Bill was trusted by his father-in-law to set off fireworks at a family picnic, and he and his young friends went to stock up on them. Afterward, they piled into the store and fumed. Paul liked the loser Bill a lot better, and he doesn't really want the fun-loving guy in his house anymore. So the man decided to camp out in the yard for the night. Apparently, Bill liked being smooth. And this time he wanted to shave his arms and legs. Jessica stopped by Bill's office and was upset to see Lucy there. She wanted to ask her husband out, but she didn't want to. The teenager asked Bill to have a party in the tent. Lucy invited a friend of hers to come over. Everyone got drunk, and the girlfriend decided to show off her silicone breasts. She offered to let Bill feel it, and they ended up sleeping together. Everyone gathered at the picnic. Even the Whitmans, who had been brought here by the mean red-headed girl. Chip also showed up. Bill wasn't allowed within 50 yards of him, and he was dragged into the parking lot by security. Bill was about to drive around the lot, but got into an accident because of the ducks that had come out onto the road. As soon as Bill got out of the car, fireworks started exploding, ruining Jack's speech and getting everyone's attention. The injured Bill walked out onto the road, where a schoolboy picked him up and took him to the hospital. Lucy is already hanging out with the kid. She gave him back all the money he had spent on her over the past few days. She doesn't need a paycheck to be friends with him. The important thing to remember is that it's not just friends. Bill came to check on Jessica. His father didn't make a statement about running for mayor. He is very angry with Bill. But Bill himself doesn't care about that anymore. He's tired of pleasing his father-in-law. Jessica also says that the Whitmans were surprised to learn that she was his wife and not Lucy. I love you. But everything is ruined. Jessica offered Bill a ride, but he declined. Still too hairy, Bill thought, and began to cut off the hair on his head with manicure scissors. He went over to his father-in-law and demanded his resignation. He also stated that he thought it was mean to hunt defenseless animals. The father-in-law wasn't upset, but he did point out that he would have done the same thing to Chip Johnson as he did to his son-in-law. Bill showed up for his meeting with the Whitmans. Sitting in the office was Jessica, who had already arranged everything. Apparently this was how she hoped to save the marriage. Bill admitted, however, that he was going to give up the franchise. If Jessica wanted to, she could do it herself. He doesn't want to sell donuts or sit in a bank. But more importantly, he doesn't want to be a crazed fan. Their paths must diverge. The banner was taken down and their house together was up for sale. Bill stopped by to see his young friend and advised him never to pretend, or he would one day find that his life was far from his dreams. But Bill himself has gone somewhere he doesn't know yet. He is ready to start a new chapter in his life. To say goodbye, he tossed fireworks into the schoolboy's locker. That will be all, gentlemen. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment and like it. See you soon.